Artists are lovely souls, very self-reflective. Feel like we have a lot of wisdom. So like oftentimes we're considered eclectic or weird or strange or kooky. And you know what? That's okay too. I feel like the thing that makes us awesome, and awesome is what we are, is because we learn to embrace who we are as individuals. Not trying to be anybody else but yourself. And that's a lifelong thing. So anytime, for me, even in high school, like people be like, you want to act? I'd be like, yeah. And by the time of senior year, when we were doing West Side Story, I had half the football team up on the stage with me. Because you gotta own it, you know? You can't be embarrassed or, like, I don't know if anybody ever goes through that, or if I did at some point in time, like, is it cool or is it not cool? It's what's in your heart. It's what you love. And if other people see you loving it, they're gonna want to get up there and experience it for themselves as well. I can talk a little bit about my time in New York City. Going to grad school at NYU was outstanding. Being in the Big Apple. My first time going to New York City was for my audition, for my callback for NYU. And I was a typical tourist. My head was tilted up in the air the whole time, checking out the concrete jungle. Like somebody should have picked my pocket, but I was blessed enough not to have to. The first show that I saw when I was there was Ragtime. 10 years ago, and a woman by the name of Audrey McDonald, who is an absolute beast. She won the Tony for this role that she played, Sarah Brown. And she sings this song, You Have Your Daddy's Hand. Does anybody know what I'm talking about at all? I mean, I was bawling my eyes out, the second row center. And it's these times that you get to go and see how you're affected by a performance, that you go back out and say, that's what I want to do. That's how I want to move through. That's the kind of effect that I want to have on those who see me. And I feel like I've been given a few opportunities to do that. I feel like as life goes on, there's more opportunities that come. And I'm very grateful for them. I'm kind of rambling now. Just want to give you a little sense about who I am. And if there's any questions that you'd like to ask me, I sincerely encourage you to do so. Because I don't have anything else to say. If you don't ask me, I'm just going to be quiet. So, what's on your mind? Yeah, man. What's your name? How you doing, man? I do know a little bit about it. There's a very lucrative industry in terms of voiceovers for commercials, etc. There's people do books on tape, etc. I have not done too much myself, but my manager probably knows a little bit more about it than I do. I do know that you have to work on your voice. You need to talk. Say something.
Once upon a time, a sad young lad and the baker and his family.
We'll talk later. Anything? Yes, sir.
And of all the acting that you've ever done, what do you think was the hardest you have done so far?
Ooh, good question. Hardest thing I ever done is on stage in front of the camera, or doesn't matter. Well, there's a couple of different ones. I feel like August Wilson has been some of the Who? Jackson. I said it wrong. Thank you, Jackson. But one of the...
Personally, do you prefer acting on stage or in movies and shows?
Stage. And the reason why I love being on stage is because it's alive. I never know what's going to happen. Those moments when I'm able to convince myself, like literally convince myself, that anything could come out of my mouth, but then I wind up saying the text. It's like, oh yeah, because that's the way it's supposed to be happening. It's new each time. Any night, every different audience brings something different, that final character to any production. And it changes night in and night out. Being on stage is like being in church. And I mean that in terms of it's a religious experience. There's an energy coming from the house that comes up here. And then on stage, we send an energy back. And there's this beautiful dance that happens, and that can only happen when it's being done live. Now, the closest you can come to that in front of the camera is you'll get one of the set PAs, like, you know, dropping a tear, or your boom operator's like shaking because it's like moved by what you're doing, or something like that, which is also very, very nice, but it's a far cry from being in front of a house of living, breathing, beautiful human beings. Yes?
Do you sing?
I can carry a tune. You ask my wife and she'll be like, yeah, you ask me when I'm in the shower and I can sing. Not sing, but sing. So it all depends upon the times in which you catch me. Hopefully not after I ate ice cream and maybe like right after I had some green tea, but I do it. Yes. But being a working actor is all I wanted to do. When I got out of grad school, I said, God, I spent a lot of money on this school. I hope that my deal is that I get a chance to just do this to earn my keep for life. And thus far, me and God are some partners. But being a working actor can mean many different things, because there's many people that I consider to be working actors that have to have other jobs in order to make ends meet. Many people, when I first came out of grad school, you cater, you bartend, you wait tables, attend, what have you. But at night, they get a chance to go and do what it is that they love to do.
Don't I know you from somewhere? I'm joking.
Wait. That was good. That was really good.
How exactly did you make your break into like working in front of cameras and stuff?
Good question. And, it took me a while. It took a little bit of moderating my craft in order for the camera, because on stage you have your whole body. You know, you make big choices. You fill the space. You hit the back wall. Like, this microphone is something that I don't need. It's just here so I can use it. But when you're in front of the camera and it's right in front of your face, you realize that you don't even really need to talk louder than this. And that the smallest gesture that you make when your face is, filling the frame is huge, is massive. And it takes some time to learn to trust that.